Watch this. Listen to what she said.
Maybe this is just me, but I think that everyone should live by this. Growing up, my parents always taught me to treat people how they treat you. And I understand, like, this might be a controversial way to look at life, and people give me shit about it all the time because I always say this on my podcast. But it has gotten me far in life. I don't take shit. I'll never take shit. And I truly believe that everyone should give what they're given. So if someone treats you with respect, you respect them. If someone doesn't respect you, then why should you respect them? Unfortunately, that's kind of just life. You know, if someone's shitty to you and then you're just nice back, it's like they walk all over you. And I'm not down for that. Of course, it's always treat people with kindness until they don't treat you with kindness. But I don't know, food for thought. That's just how I think. And I know it's controversial, and I know a lot of people aren't going to agree with it. That's how I was raised, and that's how I'll continue to live.
Hear me out. We should apply this thinking to everybody. A lot of people use this kind of thinking and approach in their everyday lives, but they don't apply it to people in positions of power, people with authority who treat them badly. For example, I'll hear my friends say, you know, I worked a 12-hour shift last night, I closed down at 11, and now I have to come in at 6 to open the place up. You shouldn't have to do that. If you don't want to work those hours, you shouldn't have to. And people do it because they're going to get fired if they don't. But it doesn't have to be that way. The top 10% in the United States right now own 70% of the wealth in our society. They didn't get that money through working hard. You can accumulate more and more capital with a high rate of return much faster than if you were working. And those people are investing in businesses that are exploiting their workers. So the people at the top are making money off of our backs. They would make no money if it weren't for us working every single day. Just a few weeks ago, workers at the Durham Planet Fitness walked out and they made demands, and their demands were met for better working conditions within 3 days of striking. Workers in San Francisco, about 1,000 of them at the airport, were making about $17 an hour, and they asked for better wages, and within a few days of striking, all of their demands were met. And that's because the people at the top, the people who own these businesses and invest in these businesses, would rather workers be working than not working because they need them to be working for them to continue accumulating money. So if you don't like how you're being treated at work and you and your coworkers go on strike, that's your way of taking this kind of thinking of take no shit from anybody and applying it in your workplace. You shouldn't have to take shit from your boss, and people are waking up to this. 71% of people in the United States right now support unions because people are sick of taking shit from their bosses. And I'm not saying that all unions are great. There's a huge problem that union bosses, James P. Hoffa in 2018, for example, signed contracts on behalf of their workers that the workers voted against. It doesn't have to be like that. We don't have to take shit from our bosses just because they have power, because workers have more power than them. There are many scenarios where we just succumb to authority, and we shouldn't.